Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to my 15 favorite things. You've been invited to watch this because someone thinks enough of you to have you take a closer look at what we're doing at Rodan and Fields in this incredible celebratory 15th birthday season. We've been around for 15 years in the direct sales space, and there's so much to celebrate, as you'll hear. And my hope is that as you listen, you will get to better understand what it is we do, what you could do with us, and how you could create favorite things of your very own. Well, my name is Romi Neustadt, and I have been with Rodan and Fields for almost 14 of those 15 years. And you're going to hear more of my story as we go along through this list of favorites. But I must tell you that I am, just a disclaimer, I am madly in love with this company. I'm madly in love with our products. I think, as you will hear, this is the most brilliant business model on the planet. And I'm just overjoyed to get to tell you more about what we do and help you make a decision whether or not you want to come work and play with us, or whether maybe you just want the best skin and hair of your life. And maybe you know folks, as you listen to me, think about it. If this isn't for you, maybe you know people that you can connect your consultant friend with, because we want to help as many people as possible. Okay, so again, as I'm talking, if there are any questions that come to mind, just jot them down. And those of you who are on live will get to ask me questions live. We will take those questions in the chat, but not till I'm done, because I have ADHD. And if you're putting things on there, I will get distracted and it will not be pretty. Okay, now I'm going to go through these 15 one by one. So here's number one. One of my first favorite thing is I still can't believe these two world-renowned dermatologists invite people like you and me to be a part of this. I mean, we're talking about the two incredible women doctors who were the creators of Proactive, and they had this gargantuan success, and they still kept up their clinical practices in the Bay Area and were adjunct professors at Stanford Med. And they decided, you know what? We've got all these patients coming to us and they have other issues to deal with, and we don't have anything for them. And we really want to put dermatologic level products into people's bathrooms. But they didn't want to do it through infomercials. They had bigger ideas. And once they went into department stores and figured, you know what, that's not the wave of the future, they decided to go in the direct sales space. And that's when people like you and me got the opportunity to be a part of their next huge success story that dwarfs the success of Proactive. So I pinch myself every day that we are, in fact, in business with these brilliant, ethical, incredibly kind, and remarkably genuine entrepreneurs and doctors. All right, number two, this turnkey business model. Okay, when our doctors, Katie and Kathy, were trying to figure out how to get out from the glass counter of department stores and reach more people, they happen upon direct sales. Some people call it network marketing. And they really thought it was absolutely brilliant because they could cut out the middleman and woman and have the people that are sharing about their products anyway and give them a cut of the profits. Because they understood even back then that word of mouth was so incredibly powerful and influential to the buying decisions. You know, think of it. Right now, we don't even give it a second thought that we take the advice of somebody we know or someone we see on social media. But back then, they were ahead of their time. And they knew that if they could equip all of us who were loving the products anyway, to build businesses of their very own, to turn into whatever we wanted it to be, that there could be tremendous success. Now, what do I mean when I say turnkey business model? Okay, let me give you an example. So my husband has a dietary supplement company. He had to start it himself. He formulated and still formulating all the products. He had to set up the manufacturing, the distribution channel, the marketing, the tech back end, because it's mostly e-commerce. He had to do all of it himself. Well, what do we get to do? We get to enroll as Rodan and Fields consultants. And right when we press a key and say, yes, I'm in, we get formulations that are superb at our fingertips. We get the distribution channel, the supply chain, because the mothership, Rodan and Fields, ships the product directly to all of our consultants and our team members, and of course ourselves. We get all the technology right there. We get a website, and we're operational within seconds. We get marketing assets right at our fingertips. We get it all. And the return on our investment is not steep. It's not overwhelming. It's not the many things that kept me from starting my own businesses all those years and these great ideas I used to have. No, it's really quick. So it's the most brilliant business model I've ever encountered. And in fact, it's so brilliant that when the business media like Wall Street Journal and Forbes and Fortune started talking about the exodus from brick and mortar to direct to consumer, guess who they put at the center of that conversation? We were the poster child of how to do this the right way. So, and that's what you could be part of. All right, number 3. Like I said, they were ahead. These doctors were ahead of the social selling revolution. And now they really understand how to maximize the assets that we get to grab and use for ourselves. All right, so maybe you love social media. Maybe you're on it. Maybe you're on all the things, and great, because RNF is constantly giving us amazing things to get to post about. And their marketing team does all the fabulous photo shoots with the products, and we have things to model and all of it. It's all there for us, right? And of course, we can do our own things, add our own personality to it, and have a lot of fun with it. And we teach folks how to do that to whatever you're comfortable with, and your comfort will grow over time. But maybe you don't really like social media and you don't know how the hell to do it. Not to worry, because we get to teach you how to do it. And it's not going to be hugely time intensive because of all of the materials that are literally at our fingertips. But I want you to recognize something. Influencer marketing, that's this whole process of people posting on social media about things, products and services, and then people will buy them. That kind of marketing is predicted to grow to $21.2 billion. Yes, billion with a B, in 2023. But I want you to understand something. Most of the influencers that you see on social media, they get paid for the stuff that they're touting about, but they don't have the opportunity to get paid on not just what they're talking about, but what their entire organization is talking about as well. They're not building even more under them, so they get what's called tremendous, exponentially growable residual income. All right, we're going to get to that in a minute. Okay, number 4. It's true. Anyone can do this. I love that about us. Anyone can learn how to do this. It's not rocket science. It's not. It's a simple sharing system. We share about these products. We share about the business. We show people how simple it is to do it. And then we either enroll folks as a preferred customer or a consultant on our teams. And the keystone of this is something so brilliant. It's called the solution tool. And a lot of you may have already taken it at this point. That's that quick 2-minute quiz. It's linked on all of our websites. and you take the quiz, and it tells you exactly what you should be using for your skin and hair. And then you get a copy of the results, and we get a copy of your results as well. So we don't have to be skin and hair experts. I never went to get a dermatology degree. I went to law school, but I don't need to know everything because it's right there on our websites. So that's how, within seconds of becoming a consultant, you get to start connecting people with the products that will wow them. And that's how you get on the road to earning 12 extra paychecks a year. Now, here's something you should know. All right, this quiz is so powerful. 40% of people who take this solution tool quiz become our preferred customers. 40%, that's 4 out of 10 people, right? That's like a batting average if you like Major League Baseball. That's like a batting average of 400. Now, the last Major League Baseball player to do that in a season was this guy named Ted Williams. And that was in 1941. Okay, so the ability for us to have 10 conversations leading to 10 quiz takers, and 4 of them, according to our stats, will become your customers, that's pretty darn amazing. Okay, number 5, this business requires us to stretch and grow. Okay, what do I mean by this? Now I'm still 5'1.5", 5'2" on a good day. I'm not talking about that kind of growth. I mean, this business requires us to do things that might make us nervous or might be scary or might be totally different than things we've ever done. We have success stories in this business who have never, ever done anything remotely close to sales. We have people who are introverts. We have people that don't even previously like skincare, really didn't care what was going on their hair. We have people who never, ever imagined themselves being an entrepreneur. But when you're a turnkey entrepreneur, it's a hell of a lot easier. We have so much to be able to offer each of us that as long as we're willing to get out of our comfort zone and to get over our damn selves and stop getting in our own way, then you can build this into what you want. Now, what I want to ask you as you're thinking about, well, can I really stretch and grow and do this? Are you willing to be coachable? I was willing to be 100% coachable. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Are you willing to get lots of no's and know that those no's will turn into yeses down the road? Well, sure, I was. I didn't take it personally. I knew that it just wasn't the right time. And over time, even the people that said no end up being customers and consultants on my team. And do you get joy out of helping people? Even if it's just connecting them to something you love. All right, if that's the case, then you'll have a ton of fun with this, even if you're like the rest of us and are nervous to begin with. All right, number 6, our products actually do what they say they're going to do. Okay, this is really something incredible. You may have seen our before and after pictures on social media. Now, these aren't airbrushed 21-year-olds that are showing before and after. No. These are real people getting real results from our products. And they really work. I'm 52 and I've been using Rodan and Fields since I was 38. And I never, ever get people thinking I'm actually in my 50s. So why do they work so well? Well, it's because our dermatologist founders recognize that you can't just use one ingredient, one product that's going to magically transform your skin and your hair. It takes the right ingredients in the right amounts, in the right order, used consistently over time. That's what's going to transform our most important piece of real estate and our crowning glories. So they came up with regimen-based skin and hair care. And it's absolutely incredible to watch people's skin, including ours, transform over time, even within a couple weeks. And people fall in love and they keep purchasing from us over and over and over. Now, as for hair care, that's new. That's brand new. We just launched it. And who better than these two dermatologists to develop hair care regimens? Because it's not just about your hair and the health of your hair. It all starts with your scalp. And what is scalp? Scalp is skin. So whether someone has really flat hair, dull hair, doesn't have that bounce or luster that you're looking for, well, we have our volume regimen. If someone like me is prone to really frizzy, dull, crazy hair that whacks out given whatever the weather is, well, we have smooth. And it actually makes our hair shiny, smooth, defined. Gets rid of frizz. Hallelujah. Now, they didn't just develop this by themselves. They enlisted the help of a woman called Bridget Breaker. She is a celebrity makeup artist, and she was heavily involved in creating the formulas to make sure it was exactly like someone like her would want to use. And it just so happens that recently at the Oscars, there were 6 celebrities at the awards and the after parties that had Rodan and Fields in their hair because Bridget was the one who did it. Now, Bridget didn't just formulate, she continues to work for us. She gives demo videos. She has great stuff on social that we can share. She's even done events for us, and you'll get to know Bridget really well. And because our products work so well, that's why we are a darling of the media. You'll get to scream about the fact that Allure and Vogue and Cosmo and InStyle and others absolutely love what we're doing. And beauty editors don't give ink to just anybody. It's because this stuff really works. All right. Number 7, I have to tell you, it's not just how I look, but it's what it's done for my family's skin and hair, and it's what it's done for my customers. So I never thought I would be connecting people with skin and hair care. I was a lawyer, which I hated, and then I was a PR exec for a number of years, and I didn't even do a lot of product PR. But I absolutely adore when I get messages from customers who just said, oh my God, you have made such a difference. My sensitive skin that it was always on fire is now calm. I can actually touch it and it doesn't hurt during the day. Or when a woman says that she's had so much sun damage or melasma from pregnancy or birth control pills, and she now doesn't feel like she has a mustache on her face all the time. Or teenagers who are loving the fact that as hard as it is to grow up these days, acne doesn't have to be part of that, because our doctors figured out if you put in a whole bunch of oxygen in with the acne fighters, it does a world of good. And of course, we give the Heisman to Father Time. So anyone who is aging, which is all of us, our Redefine regimen helps all of us keep Father Time at bay. All right, number 8, the brilliance of this business model and how we get paid. All right, I already talked about how it cuts out the middleman and it pays us, the ambassadors of this brand. But I want to talk specifically about how we get compensated, because I haven't really seen anything else like it anywhere. Okay, so as I said, we connect people with the products and they'll become preferred customers, or maybe like you, they're checking out the business and they love what they see and they become consultants with Rodan and Fields on our teams. All right, so we get paid for all the product profits, the products we connect to those customers, the difference between the wholesale price and the preferred customer price. But then on folks that grow under us, all those consultants, all of their preferred customers, we get percentage commissions throughout 6 levels down. And over time, if you can imagine, people are growing exponentially. And that's how the incomes we get to make get bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, there isn't just our paychecks. There are other incentives like car payments. I never, when I was working in big law firms or corporate America, I never got a car payment toward a Mercedes or a Lexus. And now they have a whole host of cars that are available in our drive program, including Ford and Volvo hybrids, Tahoes, so many more. And also there are trips. There are trips we can earn for doing the very things that grow our businesses. Right now, there's a group of Rodan and Fields consultants at a gorgeous resort in Mexico. There are others of us who are running for a trip in Savannah coming up, and there are top international trips for those who have grown the largest teams. This year, we're going to Milan. But I also want to talk to you about something that's very important to you who's thinking about starting your own business. There are bonus programs that Rodan and Fields has specifically tailored for our new consultants. So when you come on board, in addition to product profits and commissions on your team, you also have the opportunity to earn fast start bonuses and rising start bonuses just for being coachable and doing the very things that will start you growing your business. Which leads me to number 9. Okay, this is our own business. We're in business for ourselves, but we're never by ourselves because we get coaching from Rodan and Fields in this, again, turnkey startup program for anyone who starts their business. It's a real methodical, bite-sized way of teaching you how to do what we do. And you get to earn as you learn. You're not going to study, and then apply it. You're actually going to be reaching out to folks with the help of the consultant who invited you in the business and adding customers and adding business partners. And we wrap our arms around you and teach you how to do this because none of us knew what we were doing in the beginning, but we had the training right at our fingertips and the people there to help us learn how to do what we do. All right, number 10, marketing and media coverage and social tools that are right there for us. I told you that I was in PR for a number of years. So I used to get people and ideas and campaigns and different things in magazines and on TV news, in newspapers. And I also used to develop marketing. But now all of that is done for me. It's done for all of us. So you don't have to have a rich experience in marketing or sales, and you don't have to try and get your own publicity about all of this. All you have to do is have conversations in real life, on social media, people you know, people you get referred to, people you just happen to meet, whether it's in the shoe department at Nordstrom or on an airplane. Okay, this one was huge for me. Number 11 is this business is portable and there is no glass ceiling. So when I heard about Rodan and Fields, I had a 6-month-old and a 3.5-year-old. I was working my butt off, tied to the billable hour in public relations, and I had hit an earnings glass ceiling. There was no way for me to bill more hours. I would have completely abandoned the most important role I had, which was motherhood. And my husband, who at the time was a practicing doctor, he's since left his practice because of the success of this business. He couldn't bill more hours. He couldn't see more patients in a day. And so we had maxed out our earning potential, but we still wanted more things. I wanted to fund retirement funds, and we had these real big dreams about fully funding our kids' college and living a life of spontaneity and travel and adventure. And there was no way in hell we were going to do that with what was coming in. And so when I heard about Rodan and Fields, I thought, what if? what if, okay, my skin looks like hell, but these products, clearly they work. Even back then, we had before and after pictures, and we had the reputation of Katie and Kathy. And I thought, what if this could be a way for me to bring in more so we could start doing the things that we want to do? And it turns out, because of the way this business works, because this is your mobile office or a laptop, we can go anywhere with this business. We're not confined to a geographic area, anywhere in the US and Canada and Australia, and on military bases all over the world. That's where our businesses can happen. And when we moved, well, our business got to move with us. And that's what it can do for you. It gives you so many more opportunities. Now, number 12, I love this so much. It's the meritocracy that Rodan and Fields is. What do I mean by that? It means anyone can do this, and your earnings will grow depending on the effort that you put in. Remember, I said this isn't rocket science. Anybody can learn how to do this. And it doesn't matter what your background is. If you were to shout out a profession, a background, majors that people studied, all of it, or didn't study, I could give you a name of someone who has achieved success in this business, because none of that matters. What matters is if you're coachable and you're willing to plug into all the resources and actually talk to people with skin and hair. Do you know anybody with skin and hair? I think you do. Okay, so that's what it was so attractive as I started growing my business. I loved that I wasn't just going to be surrounded by lawyers or PR people or CEOs of companies. I got to amass this team of all different backgrounds and colors and interests. And that's what made it so exciting. And no matter where you come from, where you've been, if you're open to learning how to do what we do, you can do this too. All right, number 3, speaking of a whole bunch of people with a whole bunch of backgrounds, well, I love our community. You know, I came from a couple of really cutthroat professions. And they're wonderful professions. Please don't get me wrong if we've got some lawyers or PR and marketing pros out there. But there's something about this community where we help one another. We help each other problem solve and role play, and we bolster each other up, and we celebrate each other's success. And even when the horrible things in life happen, because they do, we have this entire community that wraps around us to help us get through them. You know, we believe that all ships rise with the tide. And because this is a meritocracy, because anyone can reach the very top of this company, there's not a limited amount. There isn't this competition that you see in other places. And right now in our world, where it's so divided and full of vitriol, to have this kind of loving, kind community is absolutely priceless. Okay, so maybe you're thinking, all right, but you said you've been doing this for 14 years and it's the 15th birthday, and didn't I miss the window? Well, my number 14 favorite thing is that we're just getting started. And I really mean that. Okay, so we've been around for 15 years. We are the #1 premium skincare company in North America, #1. And yes, a regimen is sold every 4 minutes, one of our regimens, every 4 minutes. But we still only have 10% market share in the US, just 10%. And we haven't even scratched the surface in Canada and Australia. And now on top of that is hair care. Did you know the hair care industry is growing? It's a $13.7 billion opportunity in the US alone. And the premium segment where we're at, well, that's $4.4 billion. 32% of total hair care sales is premium. And that's what we get to offer. People want what we have. But here's the ticket. They want stuff that actually works, that shows them a demonstrable difference right away, that improves over time. That's why they stay with us. All right, and number 15, why this birthday is such an exciting time for you. That's what gets me so thrilled. I love that for you because it's RNF birthday, but they're giving you the gifts when you join us to be a part of this amazing community and start your business to achieve your unique goals. Right now, they're giving free gifts to our new consultants, cash back when you start your business, and you get to enjoy our skin and hair care at the lowest price. And to get you started and acquire your first few customers and first few business partners, Rodan & Fields gives you discount passes to offer them. And so not only do they get introduced to your brand new business, but you get to offer them money off, and it doesn't come out of your pocket at all. And the team members that you add this month, and no matter when you're watching this in the month, believe me, we've had success stories, people coming in the very last few days and actually adding preferred customers and business partners before the month is done. Well, the team members that you add this month, well, they're going to get the very same perks. So with that and the fast start bonuses and the rising star bonuses available to you, can you imagine what a compelling business story that would be for someone who has just started their new business? We will teach you how to share your excitement and explain why you started this and how you were able to earn your investment back and earn bonuses and be on your way to earning amazing perks, different things that I was never awarded in corporate America. That's all there for you. You know, when I started this, I could have never dreamed what it would become. You know, we were in our infancy. We didn't really know what we were doing. We weren't a well-oiled machine like we are now. We know exactly how to train you efficiently and focus you on the most important things, teach you how to talk about what it is we do and our products. We didn't have all that. But what I had back then was hunger. I was hungry for something different. I was frankly bored in my profession and I wanted more. I wanted to take my love of people and actually build something of my own, because I wanted to own my own time, frankly, for the first time since law school. And this is the vehicle that helped me do that. Now, please make no mistake. In order for me to create the extraordinary life-changing income that I have, I worked my absolute ass off. I fell so madly in love with this that this became my full-time gig, but I did it on my terms. But maybe you don't want a full-time gig. Maybe you just want an extra $500 or an extra $1,000. Everybody's results are unique, including mine. And what you do with this will depend on what you put into it. But it's there for you. And I would love for you to be part of this community that gets to share about our skincare and our hair care and this ability to earn 12 extra paychecks from our phones, because we all deserve better. Better skin, better hair, better options, and a whole lot more fun. Thank you so much for watching.